Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And we have to ask the question, is Kate Forbes about to jump ship and leave the SNP? The question is a big one. I've always said she would find her natural home with the Tories if it wasn't for her obsession with independence. That aside, she would be a natural Tory. And so with that in mind, and knowing what you do about Kate Forbes, it seems very, very odd for her to come out today and say that the future is really bright for Scotland within the Union. Yes, she actually said that. One of the SNP's leading lights has said that Scotland's future is bright inside the Union. Surely she cannot last. Surely she must be on her way to either Labour, the Tories, the Lib Dems, or anybody. Anybody. She can't possibly now be staying in the SNP. Or can she? Let's have a look to see exactly what was said and under the context of it. But she did say, bright for Scotland within the Union. I know. Let's have a look. So we really have to ask if Kate Forbes is now pro-union. It seems that maybe she's gaslighting and shifting that way. It wouldn't be surprising. She is an intelligent woman, and maybe she realises that the SNP is really not for her, and that's why she's saying it on the vague hope of jumping ship and being welcomed wherever she goes. And I'm pretty damn sure the Tories would welcome her. Kate Forbes insists the future is really bright for Scotland within the Union if Sir Keir Starmer splashes the cash. In other words, she's accepting that the UK government will continue to pump money into Scotland, and with it, Scotland can flourish with UK money. She is a member of the SNP, and she's saying Scotland can flourish, but only with UK money. If that's not an argument for staying inside the Union, I don't know what is, folks. The newly minted Deputy First Minister also claimed she would not blame Westminster for Scotland's issues, before she then blasted it for a lack of capital funding. Fine. This is a woman who is saying Union good, Westminster no blame. No blame Westminster. Our fault. She cannot last. They're going to have... There will be out for her tonight, won't they? She might be gone by the end of the week. Kate Forbes has suggested that the future is really bright for Scotland within the Union, but only if the prospective next Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, turns the spending taps on and splashes the cash north of the border. She made the plea for extra cash in her first interview since taking over as DFM. In a suggestion that Scotland is better within the UK, that's not a suggestion, that's an outright clarifying fact. She called on more capital funding to be handed to the Scottish Government to pay for projects such as hospital building and road upgrades. Now, where she is, she's fighting for the big Fort William Hospital, quite understandable, and another extension to the hospital on Skye, which had a terrible incident last week where it was closed. And also, like Fergus, she wants the A9 and the A96 to be dualled, and also the upgrade of the, what's the one that's falling apart? The 83? So, yeah, I mean, she's pushing for all the sort of things that, normal people like us would like. Good hospitals, decent roads, that kind of thing. And I think she's realised she can't have that within an independent Scotland because they won't have the money. And so she's realised the truth. The truth that people who support the Union have been saying since time immemorial, or at least 300 years. You're better off in the Union. You can't touch me. I'm part of the Union. And she knows it now. And that's what she said this. Now, this will go down like a cup of yesterday's cold sick with her colleagues. But it's true. She insisted that she would not pick fights with the UK government for the sake of it. She said, I have constructive relationships, and that's always been the hallmark of how I make decisions. I care about getting stuff done. She added that her approach has always been that of a bridge builder. But in the same breath, she hit out the current Westminster government and fired a warning to the potential future Labour administration. She said, "We all know that one of the drivers of economic growth is capital spend on infrastructure." And I've said this, just as an aside, I've been saying this for days. Construction, building. If you go forward with all your plans for housing, all the tradesmen will leave Scotland. You won't have infrastructure building because there won't be any money. Nobody's going to invest in that kind of thing. And all the tradies will be down south. You won't be able to do it. She says, you look at other countries around the world, they have accelerated out of COVID at a much faster rate, nearly always because of capital spend. Indeed, you build decent roads, you build big hospitals, you build big centres of excellence, you build your way out of poverty. Keir Starmer said they won't turn the spending taps on, and if he doesn't, that will continue to be a massive problem for our schools, our hospitals and our roads. If he does, then the future is really bright for Scotland. But here's the thing, Kate. You have been saying forever that you need to be independent. If you were independent, you wouldn't have that money from the UK to fix your schools, your hospitals and your roads. So you are admitting and saying out loud, union good, independence bad. And you are the Deputy First Minister and very, very senior member of the Scottish National Party. I never thought I would hear the day. I tip my hat to Kate. She's finally seen the union cause, and I've no doubt that soon she will jump ship, probably to the Tories, maybe to Labour. Who knows? Who cares? It's another one gone if she does. It's another little salary not chipping into the SNP coffers. And it's another one sitting on the opposition benches of an increasingly smaller SNP government. She cannot survive this, surely. Surely the people in the SNP will not let her carry on with this. And I don't think that they'll be able to make her say it back and pull it back, walk that back. In a wide-ranging interview, she also insisted John Swinney inspired her to drop her SNP Labour leadership ambitions, amid claims that there was a carve-up to install the veteran nationalist as First Minister. Well, he's only a First Minister for now, come the general election, and then he will be gone. He'll be history. And old Flinny will be on a way. He'll be racing up the A1, trying to get up past Scotch Corner, boom, past Newcastle. Come on, brain. Round the corner, stopping off at Peebles for a wee cup of tea, and then bang, straight in. And he's done, isn't he? He'll be the new leader. She won't. But I don't think I think she's accepted the fate now. She looks like Gollum in that picture. Yeah, precious. Which is it's a terrible picture because I think she's quite attractive normally, but that's not a good look. Anyway, she was pegged as a contender to battle Mr. Swinney to become the next SNP leader, but pulled out of the race after a clandestine meeting with long-term Nicola Sturgeon ally. It led to claims that she'd been offered a big role in the administration to drop out, but she's only been made the Deputy First Minister. She's not actually in charge of anything. They should have fired 86, got rid of Robertson, Shona Robertson could be pensioned off, and they put her in charge of finance. That would have been the sensible move. But Swinney, like his predecessor, all smooth at the front, no confrontation, spineless, weak, vacillating, not a leader. The Scottish Government have attempted to pivot and market themselves as pro-business. That's a joke. After years of private sector neglect, with the First Minister launching a second business reset last week. A second reset. The first one didn't take because everyone looked at him, listened to the words and went, yeah, no. And then he said he promised more action and fewer policy documents. But that won't happen. And even he hasn't even published the spend for this year, the expenditure papers for this year. He dared. They know they're absolutely in the hole. And this, of course, is the 2 days after they've announced that next year's budget will be a massive spending cut and a massive tax hike. Kate, get out now while the going's good. You've gaslit. Everyone's expecting you to jump. Jump. Anyway, that's the message of the day from Kate. Union good, independence bad. Marvellous. Coming up. When you're getting big hitters like Kate Forbes coming out with statements like this, you know that the sun is rising. There will be warmth across the nation. The sun will rise high in the sky. The clouds will dissipate. The doom and gloom will clear. and you'll have the sunlit uplands and people resting casually, smiling on their faces, children running free and easy in the glens and on the hills. It's utopia, isn't it? It's utopia when even Kate Forbes admits the union is the way forward. What a good day today is turning out to be. Matheson in trouble and Kate leading the way towards unionism. I'll stop there. Thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment. Please share the video, and I will speak to you later. Song in my heart. Bye.